All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and here we go again. Y'all know we're going to be covering this right here almost every day because we getting closer and closer to try to find out what this judge is going to do. Is he going to disqualify Fani Willis, which we all believe that he should, but it's still been kind of rocky. A lot of you, I still see y'all in the comment section saying that, Adogg, I do not trust this judge. He donated to her campaign. His wife donated to her campaign. But then I'm sitting back, I'm like, there's no way Fani Willis can get out of this, man. It's like every day something new is coming out. I mean, almost every day. She done did so much dirt. I mean, all of them lied. If y'all remember on the stand with Terrence Bradley, when they first showed him text messages, he was like, oh, dang. He said it's silent, but a lot of us heard him. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, come on. Terrence Bradley been lying on the stand. And then the thing is they all three lied on the oath. I mean, all three of them lied on the oath. We find out that Fani Willis been threatening Terrence Bradley, telling him he better not speak or else. A lot of stuff that came out. Then we find out that Fani Willis done met with Kamala Harris at the White House, trying to take down Trump. So it's just a lot of stuff that's constantly coming out. And then, like I said, this one coming from Doug. I will leave the original video in the description. Make sure y'all go over and go show Doug some love. Let him know in his comment section that I sent you. The original video will be in the description. He said, this is bad news for Nathan Wade and Terrence Bradley. And then he said that Ashley Merchant destroys Nathan Wade's testimony. Like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into it. Like I said, y'all please hit that like button so more people can see this corruption from DA Fani Willis, and she is done. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight to it.
So this is the defense lawyer for Mike Roman, who went after Fani Willis, Nathan Wade, and now Terrence Bradley, okay? This is some of her testimony in a Georgia Senate hearing. So this isn't the original court case now. Now this is a separate Georgia Senate hearing that is investigating DA Fani Willis. They subpoenaed Miss Merchant, or they asked her to come and testify to fill them in. And Miss Merchant, I got to tell you, Ashley Merchant, this lady, she's brilliant. Oh, welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. This is why we're happy. Go.
Each gift or favor from a single prohibited source in the aggregate amount of $100 or more. And then it says, for purposes of this section, gift and favors means anything of value given by or received from a prohibited source. Prohibited source means any person, business, or entity that the involved officer, so Ms. Willis, knows or should know is seeking official action or seeking to doing business with the county.
And she's proving that Fani Willis probably bloated the case out for them to make money on.
Failing to respond to your open records request and potentially giving false testimony under oath if your version of facts is proven to be true.
Yes.
Okay. I'm troubled about this Find the Votes book. Are you saying that the prosecutor has been discussing an ongoing prosecution and her prosecutorial strategy and indictment strategy to authors of a book during the course of the prosecution?
Yes.
And that book is now come out?
It is.
They're going about this book called Find Me the Votes, that is about Fani Willis. Fani Willis shared private emails and would not let the other side see them.
That book, also, we talked about it somewhat in our hearing because it goes into a lot of details about the financial troubles that Ms. Willis had prior to becoming DA.
So Ms. Merchant also brilliantly used what was publicly said in the book, where Fani Willis was saying she was on the skids and in financial trouble. And so she's going, that proves motive. Why she had RICO cases against 18 people she wasn't qualified to go after. She swelled up the case. So it would take a long time. And then she would get her buddy, Nathan Wade, whom she was already going to bed with, get him on the job. So that's what's at stake. More details are coming out. Fani Willis is done. Here's the headline. New witness alleges Nathan Wade had a garage door opener for Fani Willis's condo. This is over at the Daily Mail. This is being spilled out. This is a unique detail. What's a garage door opener have anything to do with it? Additional witnesses are apparently ready to talk. Specifically, 2 witnesses came out. We covered one of them yesterday. There's another one today. That's two people testifying. They know details about Terrence Bradley told them that he knew that Nathan Wade and Fani Willis were together before they said they did. So now even Terrence Bradley has lied in public. There's two people willing to come out and say that his testimony, when he said he was speculating, is a lie.
It was a lie.
One, but two witnesses have now come forward to various defendants saying that they would like to and are ready to testify. They are both saying, shocker, Terrence Bradley is full of BS.
This is just backup in case McAfee ends up opening the case back up again and he needs more information. I think he has enough information right now to get Fani Willis. I think this is done. We're just waiting for him to write it up and present it to the public.
Another person has come forward, another officer of the court. His name is Attorney Manny Aurora, former adjunct professor at Georgia State School of Law. Apparently, he's a friend of Terrence Bradley's. Terrence Bradley, he talks a lot. He's willing to testify that Terrence Bradley, same time period, September, October 2023, this past fall, Aurora claims that Terrence Bradley told him the relationship began when Willis was running for DA in 2019 through 2020.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the second guy, Manny Aurora. This is a professor of law at Georgia University. These aren't scumbag weirdos. These aren't side fringy people. These are mainstream, hardcore, high-ranking people saying they caught Terrence Bradley lying.
And he adds that Mr. Wade, this is what this guy learned from Terrence Bradley, had a garage door opener to the property. This rung a bell with us because Ashley Merchant, I think, was also told this by Terrence Bradley because she raised it when he was on the stand. We pulled this up. Watch.
Do you recall that he had a garage door opener to either a house or a condo or something like that of Miss Willis's?
I've never seen a garage door opener, so no, I do not have any personal knowledge of him having a garage door opener.
This man is just full of crap. I mean, you can even hear when he, finally said that, God, like when them messages, because he didn't think that Ashley Merchant was going to bring them text messages out. He was like, oh, dang, I heard it. And so now he sits here up on the stand and sits here and lie. How can you send people text messages and then and then they showing you what you sent them and then you still lie about it? I mean, it ain't like he said, well, that wasn't me texting you. That was somebody else that had my phone. But the messages shows that you sent that to her because you didn't like Nathan Wade. Now, all of a sudden, Nathan Wade is in the courtroom beside the state, and then now you just want to sit there and lie. It's just too late. Look at all these people that's coming out saying that they willing to testify under oath. Because why would anybody put themselves in that position if they didn't know anything? Think about this. Because you can't lie on the oath. We know what'll happen if you get caught lying on the oath. We know exactly what's going to happen. So why would these two people come out and say that they are willing to testify? Because trust me, nobody just put themselves in that position just to be doing it and take chances of them getting in trouble by lying on the oath. It's two people that's coming out saying that they wouldn't have testify. That Terrence Bradley told them. And he just sitting up there lying. I don't recall. I'm just speculating.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, that's just crazy. The whole time, I don't recall. I'm just speculating. It was them two things, and then he was waiting on the state to object every single time. They literally object every time Ashley Merchant asked a question. Every time she asked a question. They didn't even want this man to speak, knowing that he told her that. Look at the text messages. Then he get on the stand and just lie about everything. Like, I'm telling you, there's no way. Even though, these two are willing to come and testify, I'm like Doug. I really feel like the judge has enough evidence. I really feel like he has enough evidence to go ahead and disqualify Fani Willis. We see what her motive was. She was going broke. She wanted to put Trump on trial, the 18 defendants, trying to get some money, using taxpayers' dollars to go on these trips, paying Nathan Wade all this money, and what you was doing was paying him all this money, and he probably was giving you half of that money back. Is more likely what he was doing. We ain't stupid. This woman is corrupt. She needs to be removed and disqualified from this case. I am waiting on the news. I'm telling you. Y'all know how I'm just sitting by this computer just waiting for this news. The upload for my people. I'm waiting. There's no way that this judge can say Fani Willis is not guilty. It's just no way. I'm telling you, I would be pissed off if this judge let Fani Willis get away with this. And we see the lies.
Any knowledge at all from Mr. Wade or any source that he had a garage door opener to access one of Miss Willis's residence.
And I'll object to any source as to hearsay.
Object.
All right, depends on the source. Overruled.
No, I don't have any knowledge.
He perjured himself. That's a lie. That guy will never practice law again. Terrence Bradley's career is over. He's done. Also, they have a very specific detail about that garage door opener. Miss Merchant brilliantly was setting him up, and he lied about it. And he got nailed because now they have these two other witnesses. One of them said that specifically Bradley told him they had a garage door opener. It's a very specific detail that proves that Terrence Bradley lied on, here's Trump.
They're all his prosecutors. They work for him. Like Fani and her lover went to Washington and spent at least 2 days that they know of, 8-hour days in the White House counsel's office or the DOJ.
One of the other things I did was I did open records for the White House access, and we had records that Miss Willis and the mayor of Atlanta were at meeting with the vice president.
Okay, and so this is the access history. How does that work? The White House keeps records of anybody that comes in and has any kind of official meeting for sure?
Yes, and my understanding is it's highly regulated who can access the White House, and so you have to apply in person or apply ahead of time, and then they give you a time when you make the appointment, and they give you a time when you're allowed to be in and when you have to be out by. They're publicly available. They're open records.
And this record that's shown on the screen shows Fani Willis was a visitor with V. POTUS. I presume that's Vice President of the United States?
Yes, it was.
And what was the date of that back in, was that February sometime of 23?
February 28, 2023.
Is that before the indictment?
Yes.
So they were working on this a long time in conjunction with Joe Biden's White House. The DA's office has one of the top people from the Justice Department, that's Washington.
Okay, I'm not exactly sure who Trump's talking about. This could be the guy that we brought up, the guy that the Biden people inserted into DA Fani Willis's office, the Jeff DeSantis, Jeff DeSantis, a guy they inserted in the office that was put there by the White House.
In other words, Merrick Garland's people put their top person in the DA's office to handle this case. And it's a nonsense case. You know, every legal opinion I've read said it's not even a crime. It's not a crime. It's not this. It's not that. It should never be brought. Should have never been. None of these things should have been brought. But it's all of these indictments are Biden indictments. And they're there to hurt an opponent. If I weren't running, none of this stuff would have ever happened.
Nope.
Nathan Wade started going to bed with Fani Willis before they admitted to it. So she was ready to enrich herself through him. That's why she put him on the case.
That's exactly what she was trying to do, Doug. You is exactly right, trying to enrich herself. The reason why she did that. Trump knows exactly what he's talking about. He said, if I wasn't running, they wouldn't even be coming after me. I wouldn't be having no indictment. But since he's running for president, they're coming after him. Look what the Supreme Court just did from just overruling Donald Trump's favor. Now the Democrats are trying to find a new way to still take him off ballots. I'm telling you, these people are trying everything. At this point, it just done got ridiculous because it's getting closer and closer to re-election, and they just throwing everything out there right now. Let's hurry up. We gotta move. We gotta get them locked up. We gotta get them in court. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just crazy. It is crazy how they is trying to treat Donald Trump because they cannot beat the man fair and square, so they got to take other ways out. Get them locked up. Keep them in courtrooms, trying to make them pay fines. They got E. Jean Carroll out here lying on them. They're trying to make it sound like he did something to this woman to keep people from voting for him. They trying everything. Everything. And every time they attack Donald Trump, it doesn't work. All they do is help him more and more in the polls every time they attack him. They basically just helping him out.
Make money off of him that they could together go on trips and fund their relationship.
Yep.
That's where bringing the whole case against Trump looks bad and does not look like she's merely hates the guy and is after him for political reasons, but that she's there to make herself rich. And that will end up having McAfee throw the whole case out, not just remove Fani, but say there's evidence that she was going to enrich herself, and the whole case gets thrown out. The whole thing was corrupt from the start. In Ehrenberg's view, the overheard phone call could be of interest to Judge McAfee. This is the second defendant that came out that we already talked about with the garage door opener, because it is, quote, firsthand information that adds to what has already been shared, quote, that I think is bigger deal than just saying that Terrence Bradley lied on the stand. It's a very specific piece. Here's Manny Aurora. But Yeager is not the only new witness to come forward. Georgia lawyer Manny Aurora apparently had, quote, several conversations with Bradley between September and October of 2023, according to a separate court document filed by attorneys for co-defendant Kathy Latham on Tuesday. Bradley allegedly told Aurora that Willis and Wade definitely began a romantic relationship when she was running for district attorney in 2019, and that he worked on her transition team, making him guilty. Here's a little bit more of Ashley Merchant on the stand in the Republicans' oversight investigation. Oh, and I'm sorry, but I recorded this on my cell phone, so the sound's going to be in video might be a little wanky.
The document you produced, I think you prepared this summary that shows all the payments that he received.
Either I did this or this might have come from Fulton County purchasing.
And that was all before this grand jury was even approved.
The grand jury was not approved until June of 2022.
Okay, it was requested in January.
It was, and I just looked that up at the break. So it was requested in January. It was approved in June. The order, actually. But what happened was they started picking. So it looks like they started picking the grand jurors on May 2nd of 2022, and they actually started hearing evidence June 1st of 2022.
Okay, so lots of this time was way before he would have been having to question any witnesses or attend grand jury hearings or anything.
Yes, he could not have attended a grand jury hearing until at the earliest May 2nd.
Okay, Miss Merchant is brilliant.
Yep.
They're guilty. She's got them up one side, down the other. I don't see how McAfee now can not only leave her on the case, but can leave this case standing.
Right.
I believe it's done. And then just for a laugh at the end here, here's Barbara Streisand on Twitter. Fani Willis is a brilliant district attorney, and her private life should have nothing to do with the case involving Trump's attempt to overturn the results. Oh, Barbara Streisand. Why the long face?
That right there was good. She crazy. Her relationship has nothing. It has a lot to do with it when you're using taxpayer dollars. See, people be trying to find a way. See, that just be people that don't like Donald Trump. Oh, what do her romantic relationship has to do with this? Oh, it has a lot to do with it. It has a lot to do with it. Like, come on, she already lied and said she ain't been to the White House, but then the log showed that she's been there. So she's just been lying. She's been lying on stuff she could have just told the truth on. That's where the problem is. Why would they need somebody on the case to try to take out Donald Trump that she ain't doing up just sitting in that office lying? And she's been lying for years. That's the problem. It's more than just, oh, this is what her relationship has to do with this. It has a lot to do with it. But, of course, people are going to say that who don't like Donald Trump. They're going to say that. But like I said, there's no way McAfee can let this woman off the hook. There's no way. It's too much evidence out there, and you still got more witnesses coming up. So, I mean, at this point, like, come on. But, hey, y'all let me know what y'all think down below in the comment sections. Thank you all for watching. Like I said, be sure to hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.